Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Foundry. Let's get back to it. Oh man, I've been doing a bunch of stuff between episodes. Let me show you some of what I've been doing. Now, if we look at the map, I'm trying to kind of get our factory organized so that as we build out to create more of the science packs and more of the robotic products, that we can kind of do it in organized fashion. So here's what we've got for science packs, just at a high level. This is our landing location. And then these little rows here are doing science pack ones. I moved that production from somewhere else in the map. I think it was over here originally. We got science pack ones, and then we got science pack twos, and then we're in the process of trying to get science pack threes together down in this area. And then for our robot production, we've got those I don't know, those low level cargo robots being developed here. And then there's our first landing pad. What I want to do, I want to keep expanding down to the south for our science packs. And then I want to kind of expand, I guess, to the east for our robot production. And if it gets too tall, we'll blast, or I mean, if we run into these mountains, I think this is kind of a mountain range we're starting to get into. We will build explosives and just flatten that and then keep expanding this way. And it looks like we've got quite a long way to go. And then we're also moving into some resource deposits as we move to the east. So that's the plan. So I moved a bunch of stuff. I also, because we unlocked the grinders, we've got a more efficient way to smelt our technum and our xenoferrite. Let's see where I can find that for an example of that. It's over here. So here we've got xenoferrite mine. And I'm pulling out the raw ore, and now I'm running everything through grinders. And we get, it's 40 per minute, and then we get 40 per minute. 40 per minute ore rubble goes in, and then 40 per minute xenoferrite ore comes out of the grinder. It does take electricity. But then once that stuff comes out, we get better production. Instead of 20 ore going in and 20 xenoferrite plates coming out, it's 20 to 30. So that's a huge productivity boost. So I took, I think, all of our mines, everywhere where we're making use of ore, I think I've converted it over to be ground down first. So that we're getting that productivity bonus by having kind of the refined ore. But what we need to do in the process of moving all this stuff, if you look at the top right of the screen, we're not making any profit. Disconnected some stuff up here. This is where we're doing our bots. Let me just close this little hole so things don't look goofy. And we used to have mechanical parts production going on this belt, and this is supposed to be xenoferrite plates. I need to replace that production, and then we can get our little transport bot production line back up and going. Right now that's kind of stalled, so that's what I want to get started on, and then we'll go back to working on science pack 3s. Let's get this going so we can at least make some money. What we need to do is xenoferrite plates and mechanical components, right? Those are both going to be made out of the same thing. Xenoferrite plates and then mechanical components. Let's do a line. I'm going to do this kind of backwards. Do mechanical component production first. So let's extend this. Yeah, let's just dive in and get to work. Extend that out. And we're going to do a new line here. I'm going to just start. Let's see. Need assemblers. And I wouldn't mind lining these up with these other guys over there. How about... I think that's lined up with the assemblers down there, yeah. So we'll do 4. I'd just been doing 4. And scale these up later. So these guys are going to be mechanical parts, or machinery parts. Oops. And I need loaders. Let's see how I've been doing it. Looks like I've been using the last slot here. It's going to be our output. Belts come through. And this is machinery parts. It's going to hook onto that line. We need inputs. That belt, let's see. I want to follow the pattern. How am I sending those things in? Intakes. Got it, got it. Okay, let's extend this platform, and then we'll actually make those parts. We need to make xenoferrite plates. Pull this in, and I want to loop those in. So xenoferrite plates. Trying to look at the spacing here. I think that's what I want. This time we can configure this thing first. Where are you plates? Oh, we just need smelters here, not this stuff, right? I'm going with 6 smelters usually. Double checking the spacing. So output, loaders, side. Belt this up. I think we're going to split. Yeah, I think this gets split, right? Because all I need are plates on this side. Just want to look at the recipe here. Yeah, this guy just needs... That guy needs plates too. Raw plates. And then we need plates for the machinery parts. So I'm going to try and split off this line. If we need... to scale this up, we can pretty easily. Let's do that there. And you guys can just loop around and feed here for our machinery part production. Boom. And the other leg of this can go all the way down over to here. Feed that. I should probably extend this, shouldn't I? Falling off things, and I always do it, so I'm going to make this longer or wider for us. Boom. Input loaders. And now I just need to bring xenoferrite. I have a belt of that somewhere that I'm not using. It's down here, I think. Over here. Here's our xenoferrite mine. It's getting thin. We're going to run out. We're going to need to resupply. We have tons, and we have tons of ore. I just got to figure out how I want to route it. I think once these mines are exhausted, hopefully I can just bring in a belt of ore, or bring in a couple belts of ore, and feed it into these grinders, these existing grinders, to just keep everything moving forward. But I do have an unused bit of ore right here. Let's bring this around. Think about how do I want to get it where I need it. I need it here. Let's do a row of dirt here, just so we can climb up here nice and easy whenever we want. Need to get it up here somewhere. We're gonna have to hop a belt, it looks like. Way over there. Could have it come across. Kind of a nice line here. Let's see what we can do with this. See what I'm trying to do. It's just not going to snap where I want it. That's better. Yeah, that's the wrong direction. Can I change the direction once these things are already placed? I don't think I can. I want to send ore up to the factory. Spend too much time overthinking this. Do I need these here? Not sure why I have these here. Let's get rid of them. That might do it. That might get our robot production online. You can see the xenoferrite ore is refined. Doesn't have the little black chunks in there or dark gray chunks in there. And then we just need to get you, I guess, going up through here. Output belts ready. Plates come out. They get split. Machinery parts get produced, and plates go all the way to the robots. I'm experimenting with the signs. There's a lot more options than this, but I haven't taken time. I was just kind of experimenting. But I would like to get things organized. It's going to be a lot easier to navigate with this new layout. And that's one of the main reasons I did it. Might want to scale this out further. See if this ore line backs up. We'll see how many machine parts, xenoferrite plates, these guys end up consuming. 6 and 6, 6 of each. That might be enough. That line is backing up. If we wanted to, we could add another smelter. Barely backing up. I mean, we could always go with faster belts, obviously, and scale this up further. Kind of tempted to do one more. Let's do one more smelter. Oops. Beautiful smoke. All right. Now that belt probably is not going to back up. To be honest, I'm not sure if our miners will actually keep this belt saturated. Oh, it did back up a little bit. That's probably good. So we should see our profits up in the top right kick back in here. Yeah, there's our robots going to the landing pad. Awesome. All right, done with that for now. That production is up and running. We do have another robot unlocked. Where is it? Heavy duty transport bot. We've got vacuum bot, light bot, snack bot. These are all bots I want to add. We'll build out those production lines going this direction, right? Out towards the east. Got a lot of stuff to clear out. But explosives might help us with that. But now let's get the tech tree going again. I think I've researched everything that requires... Oh, I've changed the tech tree too. Or I changed the our research labs. I've moved those over to this area where we're actually producing the science packs. So here is the brand new Science Pack 1 production. Just trying to get rid of a bunch of extras. But we do have one storage that's going to stay full. But I do want to get rid of these if we can. Science Pack 1s come through down here. Kind of underground a little bit. To kind of hide that belt. Join up with Science Pack 2s. Loop around. And into our research labs. We could add more. We'll see. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. And the tech tree is, I'm completing things in the tech tree faster than I can get to them. So I don't think we need more right now. And there's the end of the Science Pack 2 line here, feeding the same kind of way into there. Now we're going to build out Science Pack 3s. I did also, what else did I do? This was me experimenting with the crushing. So we have a xenoferrite supply coming in here. We have another xenoferrite supply that I haven't tapped into yet coming in over here. This isn't ground or refined yet. You can see the dark gray chunks. And I also set up a mine for, excuse me, for the mineral rock. You can see it up here in the map. So that's ready to go. I don't know if that gets ground down or not. Let's pick up production. We want to start brand new Science Pack 3. So let's take a look. I know we started working on this last episode or talking about it. Science Pack 3's advanced machinery parts. That sounds familiar. And for advanced machinery parts, we need machinery parts and steel beams. We did steel production. We have a belt of steel coming in. Where is that belt of steel? Map. Steel we did way out here, I think. That might be it. Right here. Yeah, I think that's our steel. We'll route that after. Let's get some basic machinery parts going. Yeah, so xenoferrite plates and machinery parts. So smelters, right? Let's start with 6 smelters. I need to make more. Eventually we're going to get advanced smelters, but I don't think we can unlock those yet. Crushers, incinerators. Yeah, let's get 20 of those crafted. Man, it's nighttime already. All right, we want at least 6 of these guys. Trying to place these consistently. Where do we start those? Kind of, what, 4 squares in? Something like that. Bit. Start with 6. Ore will come in on this side, I guess. I think it's going to be coming in from that direction. Our xenoferrite plates are going to come out on the other side. That's going to loop into a row of assemblers doing machinery parts, right? Let's get the xenoferrite ore in here. I think we need to grind it. We can set that up here. Let's get rid of this stuff. This was just me experimenting to verify that when we grind the ore, we actually get better productivity out of it. Now that we know we do, how can I do this? Just thinking layout right now. Let's just go like this. And do I have grinders? Crushers, I should say. Let's make more. I should have set the recipe on these first, because we do actually have to set a recipe. All right. Boom. I don't want these moved over. Gives me an opportunity to set the recipe here and just copy this one. So Shift Q copies with the recipe. This belt we want to lift up a little bit. Loaders. Before we do, let me add more space here because I know I'm going to keep falling. This is actually going to be our inputs. Yeah, inputs here. Oh, that took out more than I wanted it to. I guess we could do outputs on the same side, right? Just with the extended loaders. Let's do that. usually do that, but there's no reason not to. Yeah, and I actually need it right down this line. Widen this out. This is what I really need, this line. More. Bam. And there's a huge xenoferrite supply for this. This is overkill. We may, yeah, split this belt at some point and run it through more refiners. All right, what's the holdup? Here it comes. Okay, let's extend this platform as far as I can get it before we have to go up a level. Now it's assemblers into machinery parts. More of these while I'm thinking about it. Assembler. Ooh, assembler 2s. Oh, we don't have advanced. We'll have to come through and upgrade everything at some point. Yeah, once we get advanced machinery parts, we'll want to store those off. So at the end of a lot of these lines, I've got, or this one I'm just trying to empty, but got storage for handcrafting. We saw that, the base blocks, belt, level 1 belts. We're going to need to build production for level 2 belts. Here's plates if we need them. And here's rods if we need them. We'll do the same thing for advanced machinery parts, apparently, because we're going to need those to create level 2 assemblers. Let's get these going. Those look like they're right on this line. This time, just regular machinery parts. Boom. Loaders. More loaders for output. Yeah, imagine we could be, you know, putting the outputs on this side and just belting around if we wanted to, but in this case, I think it makes sense doing it the way we're doing it. Okay, there's our machinery parts. Now we got to bring that steel out here. Oh, man. I'm gonna do that. I can't. Maybe I can. Let me get away from the noise here. Map. Steel, I think, is right there. Man, that's gonna be a long run. We could. This is just. Oh, that's ignium. This is our power. We have some power generation here. This is eventually going to go away. I guess we could run a line of steel like down this way, right behind the research labs, and then cut over wherever we need it. course, I need it right where the research labs are, which means I have to go underground, or we can go a little further. It's kind of like trying to leave this area open in case we want to scale these machines out. Probably never will, but it's possible. Bring the steel down this way, across, and then down. I'm going to need a lot of conveyors for that. How am I doing? Don't have enough. Let's get some more. Level 1s for now. I'd love to be standardizing on the level 2s, but maybe later we'll upgrade. Okay, now I gotta find my way to that steel supply. It is east and a little bit north. Daylight, which is always nice. That mine's getting exhausted. There it is. Here we are. So I brought this down pretty far already. Research labs are where? Back there, okay. I kind of see him in the distance. I think and right along this path wouldn't be bad. Should we go a little underground or not? I don't need to. Let's follow the terrain and then we'll can always rework it as we need to. I don't want to be, I think, right here. That's fine. Yeah, and I'm not going to make this look pretty. We're just going to follow the train up and down. Maybe down under this, because I think it's more likely we're going to end up down. You there. You up. Down. Phone coming. We're just going to hop over all this mess. All right, now I need this steel. Kind of want it to come up. Right along here wouldn't be bad. Right along here. Let's try it. Can always move it later. Be a little tricky. Burrow under these belts and burrow under the research labs. Map, see where I'm at. Looks like I'm almost ready to come out of here. Let's see. That's where I want to go down. So that's going to go. Let's see. I may need to do something different. It's going to be a little tricky. Let's see if I can pull this off. I'm looking to drop down. There we go. Check it out. Not bad. Not bad. Now, do I have room? We're going to have to hop a layer. Advanced machinery parts. So, are we going to dig this out to make room, or are we just going to level up and... Thinking about layout right now. Something like that. And then we need, yeah, I'm going to dig this out just enough to make room for assemblers. All right, we're going to have assemblers making advanced machinery parts. I think, let's double check, make sure. Made in, uh-oh, do I need something special? Oh yeah, assembler 1, that's fine. Yeah, made in assembler. That will work. Yeah, let me dig this out. I'll be right back. All right, that should be plenty of room. Let's put down our little foundations here. Now we need assemblers, and we'll have the first of many components done that we need to get going here. What did we say? 4 in assemblers right there. Let's copy that. That's lined up. Let's set the recipe on these. Advanced machinery parts. Shift Q to copy. Loaders. Output loaders. Going with these, and then how do I want to do this? These to there, and then I want storage for these. Like that. And then a loader to bring those into storage so we have them for crafting purposes. It's not a buffer, it's just pure storage. So, oh man, yeah, between episodes, maybe I will upgrade our assemblers at some point now that we've got the parts we need to do it. Okay, now these are gonna have to go up 2 levels, basically. Let's see what's next. Working on science pack 3s. We've got the advanced machinery parts. Thermalite bars. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. We'll get to it. There's stuff I want to do on the station. We'll do it at the very end here. We're almost there. Concrete. Cement, gravel, and water. Oh, man. We need to produce concrete. There's cement. We've got the mineral rocks. You want xenoferrite rubble. So they want unfiltered xenoferrite to make this. And we make it in a crusher. I guess we would make that at the site of the mine, or would we want to just ship mineral rocks to some central cement factory? Probably want some central cement factory somewhere on this side of all of this production for science packs. And then we can feed cement wherever it's needed and bring in the mineral rocks or whatever from any supply. So maybe one permanent factory over here somewhere making that stuff. I did mention we've got mineral rock already being mined. I'm thinking of belting, like I said, belting the mineral rock into one central factory. And then once that mineral rock deposit ends, we can just keep the factory and find a new deposit. Where is that? Straight ahead. Oh, it's down here. Here it is. I dug all this out. And we got 3 drone miners. There's mineral rock. Comes way up here. Then the power is connected through this set of foundation blocks, which go back to the main factory. And then this goes on. Where does this go? This goes on to another ignium power plant that's helping supply power to all of this. Yeah, so I think we'll ship the rock. We're going to do this next episode. We'll get the cement production going. But man, there's a lot to it, isn't there? Got to bring in xenoferrite ore rubble. We got tons of that. We can tap into it before we go into the crushers. It'll be that, and then we need gravel. There's more mineral rocks. I suppose we'll have a gravel plant. Maybe I'll find another mineral deposit. I have one dedicated to gravel, one dedicated to cement. And then we need to do water. Unlock so much stuff on the tech tree. Do I have pumps and stuff? Pumps, pipes. Yeah, I'll have to look at how to even do water. Maybe we'll experiment a little bit. So that's all for next episode. Cement. We'll set up a cement factory to feed all of our science pack production. Later, we'll probably have to do another cement factory to feed our robot production lines. But let's go to the station. Look at upgrades. We have 155,979 thermalite. And I think we're actually paying a price. If we look at storage, resources, thermalite bars, it says we've got 155,000 stored and we're really only supposed to have 10,000. Apparently we pay a fee if we exceed our storage on thermalite. So we might be able to spend some of that. Thermalite bars. I thought we had to smelt this. Anyway, let's look at upgrades. Solar panels has an upgrade available. Yeah, we have a bunch of thermalite bars. I thought we had to smelt it into bars, but we've got 156,000. Let's get some of these going. More solar panels to provide additional power. Let's get that going. Can I do more than one upgrade? All upgrade, general repairs, 400 construction material. We've got 544. Let's do this. Start. Oh, you can only do one at a time. The other thing is we're going to need to buy construction material. Let's try and do that. Storage. We're allowed to store 2,500. We've got 500. Let's see if we can buy 2,000 storage material. on the galactic market. New trade. In the galactic market, you can buy or sell goods. You can either do one-time trades or set up recurring orders. Below, you can see the ships currently executing trades. On the right, you can manage your recurring orders. Might need a ship for this. Amount 1 kilogram. Amount, need 2,000. No available cargo ships. Let's see if we can buy a cargo ship. Small cargo ship. Cargo capacity 1,000 kilograms. 3,000 fermalite. That's nothing. Let's buy a small one. Okay, none. Recurring market orders disallowed. Allow recurring trade orders. I don't think I need this. Assign task. Market trade. Click here to get to the new one-time trade market window with the ship pre-selected. I want fermalite. I want 2,000. Okay, cap to 100 because of ship cargo capacity. Oh, man. Yeah, we could set up a recurring route. Can we do that? Recurring trade order. Buy if below a threshold of 1,000. Let's buy if it's below 2,000. And then the minimum amount to buy our ship, I think, can only carry 25. Not sure. Let's do 100. Type buy if below, minimum fermalite to keep. Show 2,000, fermalite to keep disabled. Commodity, that. Great recurring trade order. Okay, buy construction material if below, minimum to buy 100, fermalite to keep. Trade order is active. So we're trying to make sure we've got construction material for upgrades to our station because we're going to burn through that stuff. So we'll keep an eye on this construction material in the next episode, and we'll see if a trade gets executed. None. Recurring market orders are disallowed. Small cargo ship. Looks like they're only going to let us do one at a time. Won't let me do it. Trade order active. Yeah. I don't think we've got a ship that will do a recurring trade order. Pause that one. Maybe when we get a ship, we'll do it. Let's see if I can get single cargo ship 2. Cargo capacity is 1,000. Let's do this. 1,000. Buy construction material. This is a one-time trade. And it's only going to cost us capped to 100 because of ship cargo capacity. All right, let's just see what happens here. I'm confused. I think that might be working. Now we allowed recurring trade orders. Let's unpause that. Okay, set up recurring trade orders based on conditions, which automatically be executed when applicable by your idle spaceships. For a ship to execute recurring trade orders, it needs to have no task assigned, and it needs to be allowed to execute recurring trade orders. Can be toggled. Okay. Let's see. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to let this go. There's one-time trades. So it looks like this is queued up. It's only going to get us 100. construction material, and then hopefully that ship will move over to these recurring trade orders, and we'll see if we can get our construction materials up to 2,000. We've got construction underway. We'll pick new construction projects once this one's done. I think it's coming together. I think that's coming together. Got to get familiar with the trade. I like the idea. Just need to learn how to do it. Yeah, in the next episode, we'll build the cement factory, and we might try and find more mineral rock. There's a big old deposit over here. That might be something I do between episodes just so we have extra supply. We don't have to worry about mines running out. We are going to have to switch over some mines soon, because these original ones kind of drain out. They don't have a ton of ore. But again, we should be able to just feed ore from a new source into our existing crushers. But yeah, that's it for this one. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series on Foundry. Oh man, playing the commerce update, update 2. And it's awesome. There's a bunch of stuff to do. We'll get back to it next episode. Want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support. With that, I'll catch y'all in the next episode.